Hey there, so I'm making a video about one of my favorite mods for Diablo 2, Eastern Sun. It's gonna help people get started. This is just to get you through like the first day. I have not played this in a long time, so I don't have a whole lot of knowledge myself, so we're gonna learn with me.
Good day.
So, when you make your new character, you're gonna start out with something in your inventory. Well, actually, a couple things. First off, you do start with the cube in Eastern Sun. You also have the option of going ranged right from the beginning. You will start with a fulminating potion, which could help you kill the enemies, because they're a little harder in this mod than they are in vanilla. You also have this adventurer's pack. Throw it in the cube it, and you'll get these three things. The first thing you'll get is this melee small splash stone. What it does is it adds splash damage to your melee attacks. Very good in the beginning. The next thing you'll get is this noob's odd charm. What this does is it gives you +1 to one of your skills. And it also says +1 to carry one item. What that means is you can only have one of these. One of these carry one items. If you have more than one of them, I think it sets your health to 1. So if you suddenly find yourself with 1 life, that's probably why. The last thing you'll get is this, what is called the damage augmenter in most single-player mods, or maybe if you're playing on a realm like I am, it'll be something different. Here it's called Downtime's Legacy. This gives you some general like passives to help out, but the other thing it does in this online realm that is huge is you can cube it to change the game difficulty. That's important because, you know, normally in single player, so if you don't have this, you'd want to do /players8 and set that, but since I'm on an online realm, it won't let me use that command. So I need this charm to set the game difficulty. You're definitely just going to want to go to 8 right away. Get you better drops, better experience. Highly recommend doing that. You either need to set players 8 or you need to use your damage augmenter to get to 8 difficulty. Whichever you can do, you're going to want to do that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is go kill one of the uniques in Act 1. You know, like Corpse Fire in the Den of Evil, or Rakanishu in the Stony Field. Usually, all of them will drop beginner sets that are very useful. In this particular version of the mod I'm playing, I can only get sets from Rakanishu. I'm still going to do the Den of Evil because you get plus skills from Makara for doing it. You might notice these mobs are a little difficult. If you stick to like the Quill Rats and Fallen, that'll give you a little easier time just right at the beginning. The build I'm going to be doing is using Protection from Evil. Basically, it does damage and knockback to demons and undead. I don't know if this is a great build. It certainly is okay at the start, especially in Act 1 here, because everything is like a demon or undead. One thing I should mention is that respecs are very cheap. Akara sells an item where you can respec. I'll show that in more detail later.
My duty here is...
I am a... You have cleansed the den.
Okay, so now that we're done with the Den of Evil, the next thing to do is definitely to go kill Rakanishu. Just go straight for it. yeah, we killed Rakanisha, you'll see he dropped a ton of set items. Alright, so pick those up, head back to town. See what we got. Hopefully you get your own set. I did not.
Good evening.
You can always kill him several times to, you know, get the equipment you're looking for. Yeah, so it's not bad to equip the offset items anyway, because you'll find you can still get, like, plus skills. So, here. So the 2-set bonus on the belt gives you plus $1 skills. So, right there, plus $1 skills. I could also, well, I probably want to keep my shield, but you get the idea. I mean, I guess I could use the wand. Autolycus's is a, like, classic Gnostic set that increases your magic find and gold find, so maybe you want to use that too. Even if you don't equip the stuff, it is very, at least at this stage in the game, it's pretty good stuff to sell. I think there are also recipes to, like, convert these around to different class items, but, you know, it's not hard to get them, so, you know, maybe you want to run that a couple times. I mean, you definitely want to get your own class's gear. But the other thing I want to show you is now that we've sold some of that stuff and we have some money, I want to talk about stalkers. You might have noticed we have some just different items from vanilla Diablo here. We got a lot of organs. We've got these Japanese runes. We've got some gemstones. We've got this coupon. Our inventory's starting to fill up, basically. So,
Greetings.
while you're leveling, if you run out of space, you can throw stuff in your stash. The size is expanded. Now that we've got some money, we should go to Geed and buy the stalkers.
Good evening.
If you go to trade, into the miscellaneous tab here, you'll see a bunch of stuff, like in this row. Most of these are stalkers. You'll definitely want to get the gem can. That lets you store gems. You'll need the can opener to get your gems out of the can. You'll want a rune stalker, at least the first one for now. The higher level runes go into a different one. You'll want the ancient tome. That'll hold your ancient recipes. You'll want a rerolling orb. You can store like ring, amulet, jewel, and charm points in there to reroll for better things. And this is the most important one, the multi-stalker. This holds all kinds of stuff. So after you've bought all those, you could, for example, put the can in your cube and put a gem in here and then transmute it, and it's in there. You see 1 topaz point. You would need to take your can opener. You can, right now it is set to chip gem, but you can transmute it through what you're removing. So a flawed gem needs 3 points, you know. Flawless needs 27, all the way up to, oh yeah, they added blemished in this mod, all the way up to perfect, which needs 243 points. But if you've got this set to 1, you put this in here, and it's set to topaz, you need to transmute it around, okay, to topaz, put your can opener in, transmute it, it'll pop out a topaz, alright? That's all good, it saves space, but it gets a little tedious. So one of the things you should have is something called Auto Stalker. You can just hit F8 and let it put everything into your stalkers for you. You can see it through our chip gems in there, it through our organs and our coupons into the multi-stalker. We didn't have any recipes, it put our rune into the rune stalker. That macro or automation or script or whatever you call it is using something called D2 Hackett. Basically, if it's tedious, there's a mod for it, and there's a folder in wherever you installed this mod for Diablo 2 called plugins. If you look in there, you'll be able to see what you have. The other thing I don't want to go into D2 Hackett. I don't know much about it myself, but the main takeaway is hit F8 to auto-stock your stuff. If something's tedious, look in the plugins folder. There might be something in there that you can read that'll tell you what you're doing, or search online. The other thing I want to show you is the filter. You may have noticed we didn't pick up a lot of equipment. Like, I don't even have gloves yet. It dropped. We just couldn't see it because one of the D2 Hackett things that this has is a filter. It is on by default on this realm. It might not be if you're playing, but if it is, you can turn off the filter by typing .filter off, and that'll let you see stuff. Conversely, if you want it back, you can just type .filter on, and that'll enable the filter. You can control that with a file in the plugins directory, exactly what loot it is filtering in or out. Other than that, your next major goal is to get to Act 5. So while you're getting to Act 5, I want to mention a couple things. There are some changes to the acts, the routing and the maps. There's a bunch of special areas. You basically want to avoid all of these for your first playthrough, or you will die a horrible death. They're useful once you get to Act 5. But they sort of changed the routing for the normal game. So you can skip through Act 2 and Act 3 a lot more easily than you can in vanilla Diablo. Like you can see here, there's this underground maze that kind of just connects everything in Act 2. So you'll want to check where items are. I'm on this webpage up here. I'll put a link in the YouTube description. Similarly, in Act 3, it's all been simplified. There's a sewer in the Flare jungle that kind of connects to Upper Kurast and the Bazaar, and the only thing to note is that Kalim's eye is in the spider forest in the spider jungle, spider cave, which is not listed in this little map here, but get the 3 parts, smash the orb. There are a lot of new areas added to Act 5, but the basic questing is similar. You don't have to kill Nilathak, because that is a difficult area, so be careful about that. The only other webpage I want to mention is the Eastern Sun Wiki. Here, you will have to access it through Web Archive. Unfortunately, this website is down, but it has a lot of really good information. One of the things in particular that might help you leveling are gem words. Basically, if you match the type and quality of gems in all of the open sockets in a piece of equipment, you'll get an additional bonus above and beyond what the gems normally do, and that even works with single socket equipment. So those will really help you while you're leveling, getting to Act 5. But you can poke around here. There's a playing tip section that could help you out. Definitely, you're gonna have to Google around to find information if you really want to get good at Eastern Sun. It's sort of what I'm in the process of doing now. Anyway, I hope this helps you out. When I get to Act 5 and have some time to mess around there, maybe I'll make a follow-up video. So yeah.